name is Zeketselo Mncibi is a young aspiring female footballer, and she shares a typical story of a young South African female footballer.
My name is Durban Zeketselo Mncibi. I am currently a student at UKZN. I'm doing environmental science, and I'm a soccer player. I started playing soccer at the young age of 6. At that time, I was living with my mom. So when I came to my dad, we used to play soccer a lot with my brother. And after playing soccer with my brother, I joined the boys in the neighborhood and we played. So yeah, I think that's where my love for soccer developed. And then at a young age, there were no soccer clubs for girls. Around my area, there were no clubs. So I had to join boys, of course. And then came a time whereby now I couldn't play with them because of my gender. So yeah. We wanted to open the soccer club mainly because there was love for the game and we wanted to have a team where you can go play with girls, because now you can't really go and play with boys because firstly they look down on you because you're a girl, of course. So I just we wanted to open like a place for girls where you can come play in tournaments, do everything that the boys are doing.
South African Football Association Secretary Mr. Zama Buthelezi argues that they treat women's football and men's football equally.
To us, I think it's the same. We're using what we call SAFA uniform rules. The word uniform itself, it shows that it's equal. Everything is the same. There's no rules for women, there's no rules for men. Same rules applies. Yes, we can't say they are equal. We'll be lying if they say equal. As you say, we are still building that level of football, women's football. So you can't now expect them to go on the same level with boys. Like if I can go to Bafana and Banyana, you can't expect Banyana to perform like Bafana or even get paid like that. Because even now, if we can organize a game in Mabida and we say the entrance is free, we go for Banyana. If you've got 10,000 people, we'll be lucky. You go for Bafana, it's free, then you'll be packed. So now talking about money, we need sponsors to pay. So if there's no sponsorship for that one, that's a problem. So our job as federation is to start promoting the league so that we can get more sponsors for women directly, not getting a sponsor which are leftovers for boys. So we need to get sponsors directly for women who are specifically, we are all sponsoring the women. Maybe if that can happen. For now, that's a challenge because you can go to wherever, as I say, up to Banyana. If we say it's 50 rand entrance fee, maybe they won't get anybody. But if it's Bafana, it's 100 rand, you will get some people there. So it can't be equal on that level. But on the playing field itself, it's equal because, as I said, using the same fields, same referees, same rules, everything is the same.
I am currently playing for KZN Starting. I can say my team is diverse, meaning that it's not just one race playing together and one age group playing together, but in my team we have coloreds, we have black people, we have Indians, and we have white people, all blended in one team.
Diversity is an outstanding factor of democracy. Coach Tamia of KZN Starlings really believe that their team is a perfect example of diversity.
But if you look at certain teams, it's mainly the same race. Like you'll find this team only has coloreds, this team only has whites, this team only has blacks, and then you still get people that have that mindset of, oh no, I'd rather play with my kind of people. So they say. But if you look at our team, we try at our club, we try and make everything as diverse as possible. If you want to play soccer, it doesn't matter where you come from, who you are, what skin tone you are, what race you are. It's all about coming to have fun, enjoy the game, learn what you can. So it's changed a little bit, but not so much. I would say there was sports, but it wasn't as like how it is now. Like if you look at Banyana, for example, they are seen now, but back then they weren't really seen. It was just more Bafana Bafana. Ladies teams weren't as, like how they are now, it was completely different. Back then there was like maybe 1 or 2 teams in the area where you could actually find a decent ladies team. Now there's quite a few. You find like in Toti there's like 3 teams in Toti. In Durban, Sydenham, Westville there's like about 3 or 4. So it's growing compared to back then where there's like you find maybe 4 or 5 teams maximum in the league. So there's growth.
In terms of media coverage, there's been assumption that women's sports is not given enough attention. Fahida Crouch, who has been a sport journalist since 2016, also admits that women's sport has not been given enough attention by the media.
I think the landscape has evolved immensely. We've seen a lot of progress, not just on the playing field, but behind closed doors and in front of the camera as well, behind the microphone. Women have taken over, and they're not at their peak yet. Women are on the rise of conquering something that 30 years ago was almost nearly impossible, especially in a pre-apartheid era, or in an era where opportunity is really limited for women and for women of color as well. Women's sports in this country need more male allies. Let's look at the apartheid era, for example. We had inclusive black men and women who were fighting against the struggle and were fighting for freedom. What we also had was white men and women who were on that same forefront fighting for the rights of black people in this country. So similarly, we need that. We can't have women shouting and shouting and shouting and shouting. Because the reality is that there are men in boardrooms saying, these ones, they're mad. We need male counterparts moving with us and saying, we need to make a difference in the space of women's sports. I started media in 2016, and we weren't doing anything. And I say we as a starting media personality or media journalist, a sports journalist at the time. It was our jobs to gain access, and the issue was it was difficult to access. We literally had to run around on your foot compared to literally Googling something about a men's game. And just from that, what is it now, 8 years later, yeah. I can Google the women Proteas score. I can Google Banyana score. I can go and Google a domestic football league, and I can find results. Something as simple as that.
Women's football, if I'm talking about football in particular, we are not playing women's football. We're expecting if Mutwazfazan must stay at home in the kitchen. That's what it is standard. So if you're playing football, then you will look like a bad person. So even those who were good in football at the time, they were not attached to any club. They were playing with boys. So you couldn't even cope or develop to any level. I think things have changed after democracy because everybody was allowed to do anything, but still the democracy was not enough. For us as association, we tried to improve football. Started to create those teams in the township, maybe one team per township, then we mix them to make it in a league. So it looked like improving. I'm talking the level of us, development. So now at a regional level, I think we've got 18 teams playing in the region at all. Then we've got another level under that, which is zonal league they are playing. So it's different from what was happening last time. And there's no stigma now that you're playing football, then we can call you the names.